And with that, I believe we are ready for some Demon's Crest. So Z4T0X, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I think I'm having here an issue with the stream, or no? Okay, sorry. All right. I'm Z4T0X. This is Demon's Crest. And my commentator is bambooshadow.
Hi everyone.
Hi. So I am ready to go. I will start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Woo! Hoip!
Okay.
So the first 1 minute, or like rather 2 minute-ish, is like mostly cutscene. So maybe we can talk a little bit about the lore of the game. And I know I always screw it up, so maybe you can do that, Z4T0X.
The lore of the game. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
I always only hear you talking about like from the dishwasher to the millionaire or some of that stuff. I don't know.
No, that's a joke we are doing here, like Soccer and I. We say like from the dishwasher to the millionaire because Firebrand used to be in Super Goose and Ghost as a normal enemy, and for some reason he got his own game collection like Gargoyle's Quest, Demon's Crest, and yeah,
living the American dream, that Firebrand.
Yeah, like he was a normal enemy and suddenly he became a star, a video game star. And yeah, well, the lore about this game is here the game starts kind of weird with a boss fight immediately. It's introducing you the game mechanics a little bit. But the lore about this boss fight is Phalanx, the bad guy of Demon's Crest, had a fight with Firebrand, here the main character, and Firebrand apparently lost and he fell into the Colosseum, and suddenly there was Romulu, the boss fight, who was supposed to defeat Firebrand, but luckily he didn't beat Firebrand.
Yeah,
and
they should have like definitely gotten a better, like a really a tough beast, you know, not like one beast that is like dead after 3 shots. He looks big and scary, but he's done so quickly.
Hey, in the English version, he actually takes 6 hits.
They learned and made him harder in the English version, but we're playing the Japanese version because like text should be mostly the same, but that's like one of the things where the Japanese version is just faster because the bosses take fewer hits. And really good RNG here on Hippogriff, like the first boss, which is quite easy, but killing him fast is... Oh, that was a really good fight from Z4T0X there. Nice one.
Okay, let's get back to the lore.
Yeah,
what is this game about? What's this game about? There are 6 crests you can collect in total. And Phalanx wants to collect those, or he already got them. Well, I'm not like... As I said, I'm not really good at this, or I don't exactly know. I know how to speedrun this, trust me, but... but the lore is... Yeah.
It's okay, we have to collect some crests, you know, that's like...
The crests, yeah, they are very powerful. For some reason, when we beat some enemies, some bosses, we get the crest, like they give us the crest as presents for some reason, even though they work for Phalanx. So doesn't make all that much sense, but
it doesn't matter that much because we have like a kick-ass game, which is really cool because you have a demon, you can fly around, you can shoot stuff, and once we get more boss fights, we will like sort of unlock more demon states. Right now we only have Firebrand with his normal shot, but we will unlock a bunch of different demons. The next one coming up, it will be the ground demon, which is really good, and which is also the reason why this is our first boss fight, because the ground demon has like a dash and he can move faster from the left to right. So our second boss is what is it? Armor he's called, right?
Armor, one of the big instances of RNG in this game.
Oh yeah. We can somehow try to manipulate him a little bit. We want him to stay low and want him to stay at one side if possible. So Z4T0X is going to try to stay as low as possible with his own character there. Because if he flies all around all the time, Amma will also stay high. And of course, evade his shots and hopefully...
16 hits, I think.
Yeah.
In total.
And He's like giving us somewhat average RNG, I guess.
Yeah, not the best, but not the worst. I mean, you want him to be low when you actually do the last shot on him, which is not always an option. And that's what I was talking about. We defeat him, and he's giving us one of the very powerful crests, which was supposed for phalanx, actually. But
right now,
we beat him.
Yeah, and I was just wanting to mention for those who are probably seeing this game for the first time, we saw this like very quick, this small, really nice Mode 7 overview of an overworld map. So you can actually fly around and visit the different stages that way. So we sort of can choose which stages to visit first. But yeah, like there's the set route, which is just the fastest, and that's the one we're gonna be going. And now you can see the ground gargoyle. He's super laggy, but he's still the fastest when it comes to like moving from left to right. And now we have a really cool skip there. I'm gonna shush for a second.
Not sure if I'm gonna make it here, depending on the fish.
Ooh, nice one. Hoip! That was a really good.
This is a very hard skip, and now a very hard dungeon with 1 HP.
Yeah. So I'm quickly trying to somewhat explain what happened. Usually you're supposed to have like the swimming gargoyle or the water gargoyle. I don't know what's his name exactly. But in that small water cave there was the hand hidden, which is a very important item because it lets us shoot two shots simultaneously. You know, normally you can only have one shot on screen, and having two shots on screen, it's just like way better. And also it's just like right on the way through the stage. So what Z4T0X did, he was just like doing some really precise damage boosts to get to that small water cave with the ground gargoyle, and he did that really well. Great job, Z4T0X.
Yeah, always a little bit scary to do the early hand skip and then the cave.
Oh yeah.
But like in my practice runs, it worked out way worse than this. So I'm really happy about the outcome here.
Yeah, and then we have the next boss of Nunu. Like every cool demon-ish boss game needs a one-eyed big bad guy. Which we don't have to fear that much anymore because we found a health refill, which is very convenient. Also note that Z4T0X is trying to stand on top there and try to shoot the eyeballs once they're like just coming out of that goo, because his ground shot that like flies down out to the side does actually double damage. So that way he can get really quickly rid of the small eyes. Good job there. And now with full health, the last phase should be pretty free.
Yeah, as long as you have 3 health, it doesn't matter what RNG you get here from this boss. But when you have two health left, it can be a little bit tricky. Also, you try to go as deep as possible into the slime to pick up the item early. But if you are too far at the bottom, you will just die and have to redo the fight. So don't be too greedy on this. Happened more than once.
Yeah, that's unfortunate if that happens. So far, pretty much the any % route. Also, now I get
Except for of Nunu.
Yeah, we got the one thing which we haven't mentioning before is we're playing the 100% category. So Z4T0X has to collect some scrolls and some of these bottles just to fulfill the 100% requirement. If he's like missing one of those, we will not see the final boss fight, which is like called phalanx free or final phalanx. And so we will easily have confirmed the 100% requirement, whether we will see the final boss or not.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool thing about this game. You have 4 different endings. The worst ending is any person. You basically collect nothing, or I don't know how much you're supposed to collect, or can collect at maximum rather than. Then there's a good ending. You need to kill, what was it, I think, of each stage at least 1 boss. Then you get a good ending. The normal ending, sorry. The good ending is what we are doing here, 100%. And the best ending is when you have beaten the game in 100%. At the end of the credits, you will find a new password. and this will lead you to a special boss fight in the game, and you will unlock the ultimate gargoyle.
And we have a
but
tough
let's-
boss fight coming up, so hopefully with 2 health he might be able to survive that. Let's see about that.
Damn
Oh,
it,
no.
you need to be framed. We are so bad at this, I don't know. This never works out to be funny, but
Yeah, we are told to improve our acting skills. But yeah, with that small death there, which is intended obviously, the tree is already burned and gone, and so you can like fly to the left there and get that health upgrade, which was like hidden underneath the burning trees before. So that's small time save there. And now we're gonna fight the boss for real, which is called Flamebot. I think that forest was pretty hot so far, right?
it was decent.
Yeah, let's see if that Flamebot is also gonna be hot. Shoutouts to
World rocket pace.
we don't want the fire bats flying to the left or to the right, but it's okay so far. So now we're hoping for a lot of dives here, so we can get a lot of ground shots in, because once again, if Ground Gargoyle is shooting while he's standing, he makes double damage, as opposed to if he's just shooting to the side. So we want Flame Lord to dive as... Oh, okay.
No pickups.
No problem, no problem. There's like a small time save there, but it only works if the RNG plays along in your health and everything. So now we get another demon. Was that the air demon? No, it was the one that can like build
Create
the tornadoes,
platforms.
right? Yeah, the platform
Yes.
demon. We're gonna do some small mini game, which I hate. Because Z4T0X will make this look super easy, but actually the timing on those skulls is so difficult. If you first start playing this mini game, which is called Trio de Pago, you will like fail it often, a lot, and you will hate it. But you'll get better after a while. But its timing is quite difficult.
Pretty good. You can have 4 flames on the right at maximum if it works out really, really well. You also need to be a little bit lucky at the flames, at the skulls, where they spawn. Like if they spawn left, right, left, right, left, right, then you're not gonna get it. But this was really good. As a kid, I also hated Trio de Pago. I have always failed.
And now enjoy the beautiful organ music in this stage. Hoip music for me every
Hoip.
time. Yeah. And yeah, just like you can see the gargoyles. What always confused me when I first saw this game was they just cannot fly upwards. Only the air gargoyle can do it. The normal gargoyles, they just can't fly sideways. Or like if you have a wall to left to right, you can like jump, like climb it basically. So that's one thing to consider when you're seeing this for the first time. Oh, nice. That was really precise catch there. Because like Z4T0X always has to repress a button if the demon falls to like make him stay on the same height again. The movement is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit weird at first, but you'll get used to it. And
that was no accident.
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
we entered that section there and then used one of the bottles that we filled with, I don't know what is it called, but it like teleports you a little bit back.
Fog.
Fog? Okay.
It was a fog, right? Or I'm not sure. Okay.
Something that like sets a save point, which we can teleport ourselves to after this boss fight. We have Flyer 1 here, pretty tough boss, and once again we're trying to keep him as low as possible so we can get a lot of ground shots in, so we can use the double damage from the ground shot from the ground gargoyle. And he's riding his tail, that's pretty cool. And also the only way to get in ground shots while he's doing his like helixes in midair. It's okay. I've seen way worse on this boss fight. All right,
No,
just for a
please.
second. Big trick coming up. Gonna explain that later. Hype! Oh no, that was. Ooh. Oh dear. Okay. Do you want to explain it? You focus on Hippogriff. Okay, so this was a. I thought I saw the. Yeah.
Two-frame window trick.
It's a two-frame window trick. It's really precise. It's called Mercury Cancel. So we get that health upgrade from every boss we've beaten. And on some of them, we want to take that bottle that takes us to exactly that position here. And we want to fight the Hippogriff boss. And then that way we didn't have to play the complete stage up to this point again. Problem is we didn't pick up the health upgrade. So we kind of have to do the stage and the flyer boss fight again, I guess, after this stage, right?
Yes, after Armor 2, we have to go into the stage again and fight Flyer again.
Yeah. But luckily, Z4T0X has really cool friends who always tell him, hey, you know, it's a marathon, you know, just set your estimate to, you know, up to 50 or something, and then, you know, we'll be totally fine. It's gonna be a bit of a time loss, maybe a minute or something, but, you know, the cool thing is...
This is basically the second biggest time loss you can get in a whole run, but the estimate is calculated, so it's all fine.
We'll see.
I just wish this didn't happen.
Yeah, of course, it's a bummer. But, you know, it's a marathon. Anything can happen, you know. Of course, in an RTA attempt, you press the reset button, curse, and then go on. But it's okay, you know, it's fine. And we're going to see some of those Mercury cancels, 2 of them later. So, you know, Z4T0X will be able to prove that he has the thing to pull this off. I mean, he has a world record. So, you know, for a reason.
I mean, I did this on purpose. To be honest, I did it on purpose so we can hear this great music again.
You know,
Thanks
it's also,
to me.
of course, it's also our job to show, you know, what can go wrong in these speed games. You know, if everything goes right, people are always like, okay, you know, easy peasy. But, you know, that way you can see how much can go wrong. And we have the Armor to refight. Now he has double the health. But we have the ground gargoyle, so hopefully he will come down to our height and we can get him some ground shots. Hopefully he doesn't do these stupid long dashes too much, because that's where we just can't hit him.
This is like the worst RNG.
Yeah.
Holy, I've done like no damage to him yet.
Yeah.
But
You
he's
can see.
not really behaving at all.
Yeah. We have like absolutely no chance if he stays like on top there like he does. Absolutely no chance for us to reach him at all.
Like, you can stand below him and somewhat manipulate him to come down, but the problem is, since I've lost already quite some health, this is very dangerous to do, since he can just decide to do those quick dives, and he deals 2 damage per hit. So I don't want to risk a death here on this guy, but this was okay-ish then, I guess. He had 32 HP, which is quite a lot, and starting at 16 damage, he can do that tornado. Like, basically, as soon as he's at 16 HP, you know almost all the time he will not do the quick dive, but he will do a tornado. Almost all the time. So I knew I was safe. But now, back to hype music again.
Oh baby, back to hype music. And I guess since we've seen that stage already, we might squeeze in a couple of donations.
I can do that for you. We have a $20 donation from Spatvark, who says, I absolutely adore Demon's Crest, even though I find it really tough. My question is, why is the Dark Demon fight not included in the 100% category? I know it's ridiculously tough, but it's such a rush when you beat it. Good luck with the run.
Thank you so much. The thing why Dark Demon is not included is you would have to restart the game in order to fight him. But luckily there's a boss rush category where you fight Dark Demon. But in this category you have the ultimate gargoyle right away, and basically all of the enemies or all of the bosses die in 2 hits. So this is a complete different category.
Yeah, like, I mean, there could be made an argument for like a true hundo category where you would play through the normal 100% like we do, and then after that do like the category which we now know as boss rush. And yeah, but you know, it's the way it is, and I think it's good to not like have too long of a speed run as well. You know, I enjoy Hondo the way it is. But yeah, of course, that final Dark Mind Demon, as we like to call him, he's like hard as something. Yeah, he's really hard. It's a tough boss.
Yeah, the thing is in boss rush, the strats also change a lot since the ultimate gargoyle can already do everything. He can dash, he can fly higher, he can do basically everything. That's why he's the ultimate gargoyle.
That's
and that's why screens like here, like this screen is also a lot different in boss rush, since dash is faster than just flying. So you try to do dashes as much as possible, just like here. But technically you could use also the ground gargoyle here, but it is luckily as fast as just flying.
Yeah, flying is way more chill. And also the air gargoyle, which is the crest we got from Flyer. Sorry,
Armor 2.
From Armor 2, yes. Would have made more sense if it was from Flyer, right? Because he's like a flying guy. But yeah, Armor flies also. Okay.
Oh yeah, I could have used. I'm really not used to I could have used the air gargoyle for Flyer actually to make it a little bit faster.
Oh no, I mean that's no problem. Oh yeah, because it's like his defense, but
weakness.
No weakness. Yes, sorry. Next boss, he's really super hard if you have to play him casual. He does a lot of damage, and he's giving us bad RNG right off the bat because he's like jumping around and shooting his stuff at us. Z4T0X really good with the backup strats here, doing an awesome job. We have to get 16 hits in, and we have to we sort of manipulate him by flying like right the way just Z4T0X does it, and we try to land and quickly get a hit in once his iframes are gone, and that way we can hopefully make somewhat quick work of him. Great job there.
Yeah, this fight is a lot tougher than it looks. When I first started, or basically every beginner of this speedrun dies all the time to this guy, because Krevon is really mean. I know, luckily, what to do, how to react to his actions. If you're really lucky, he will just, after you hit him, he will crouch, and then you can just attack him all the time. But if you're unlucky, he moves around, he jumps, he makes his fire breath, and then things get really laggy, and you have just a very low amount of HP, and he deals 3 damage with his body, so you can't tank a lot. But luckily this worked out. It's also always a little bit scary.
Yeah, like runs can die easily on this boss, especially if you're starting out. But Z4T0X, he has his fair share of routine with speedrunning Hondo. I mean, he grinded his butt off to get the 100% record for like quite some time.
Yeah, the previous holder was the Hulk.
Shoutouts to the Hulk.
I'm sure everyone of you know the Hulk.
Everyone knows the Hulk. He's a legend.
Yes, he is.
And but Z4T0X actually, he grinded this game and category quite a bunch, and he was able to get the world records in every category. So shoutouts, that was a really great job. And we can see a lot of work indeed. Yeah, you can see some damage boosts here. I don't like to lose too much health here because the flyer fight can also be kind of tough.
Yeah, now we are going to use this weakness. I'm really not used to use the weakness on the first fight. That's why I didn't even think about it. But would have made it a little bit faster and safer, especially here on the icy ground with the ground gargoyle. That would be a mess.
Indeed. And yeah, the Flyer refight, Flyer 2, is basically the exact same fight. Like his patterns are the same, but now we can use the air gargoyle, and I guess 12 hits it is. And it's just also easier to to evade his movement with the air gargoyle, although the space is a little more narrow. Yeah.
Yeah. He deals also more damage. Like it's always the bosses get recycled really quickly in this game, but they will also have always something special, new, like more damage or a different attack or anything like that, and a lot more HP usually.
Also, this is the worst room in the entire game. And Z4T0X always makes it look so easy. Obviously, you're supposed to use Firebrand and light some torches to see where you're actually going. But yeah, if you're a top-notch speedrunner, you just like go for it blindly, of course. And next boss is Armor Free, which is like weak to the, I don't know what it is, like that spit thingy there.
Demon Fire.
Demon Fire, okay.
It's from Krevon.
Ah,
this
yeah.
one.
And it's really strong against him, like Armor Free, you know, 1 and 2, they increase in strength, sort of, but Armor Free is quite easy again. He goes down pretty fast. Saw him like getting a first quick hit in. So I guess it's 12 shots or something. And also he's like usually staying more often to the bottom. So yeah, really great fight.
Yes.
Good job.
Like the thing was here, the first shot in this screen is not frame perfect. On the 2 flyer fights, I could have done a frame perfect hit while ending the screen and shoot at the next frame, I believe. But I just mash and hope I can get it. And I didn't get it. But here, this one, I don't know, you have a leeway of minute. No, not exactly that long, but a frame window.
Yeah. And we're gonna revisit the town because we need to do some more shopping. We need some more of those bottles filled with, well, either the stuff that teleports you out of the stages, and the other ones were the ones we need for the Mercury Cancel.
Hopefully the next 2 Mercury cancels work out better, huh?
Oh yeah, they will. I'm sure they will. They're like also not that punching.
It can easily fail. Like I'll try my best to show off what a Mercury Cancel looks like.
The positioning is also a little peculiar, so you know, it's not an easy trick, of course, and we can see some really nice movement in that stage, just making quick work of the enemies that are in your way and just like trying to use the laggy dashing from the ground gargoyle as best as possible. And now the first time we're going to see the legendary gargoyle, which is of course legendary, obviously, and yeah, just really strong. So let's fight Beth.
But this fight in 100% is very easy. People that know this game casually probably had a hard time against Belf.
All right,
Okay.
let's do this.
Looks good.
It's the, you know, it's a marathon.
The curse.
It's the
All
curse
right,
of a
we have
marathon.
to fight Belf again.
Yeah.
I'm happy my practice runs went a lot better than this.
And I also tried to explain this to my wife earlier in German, so let's see if I can do this in English. It's like even worse if we have that outcome, because we get ported out of the stage and we have to fight again. If like Z4T0X presses too late, then the boss still is gone, and you like only have to go through the stage again. If you press too early, you have to go through the stage again and fight the boss again. So it's like pretty unfortunate, but you know, nothing we can't handle, you know? Yes, we can, they say.
Okay, now the easy way to beat this boss. No Mercury Cancel, just tank.
Yo, that was a cool movement there, evading his sword. Yeah, so like right in the moment where you pick up that health upgrade or thingy, what it is, you know, right in that moment you want to activate that bottle. So you don't get out of the stage like he just did, so that you like enter a few screens early on, which is not that much, you know. We just take the ground gargoyle, dash through there again, and then we will take a different route and get like, I don't know, a bottle or a scroll or something. Something we need for the Hondo. Yeah.
Scroll and health upgrade, yes. Like we need to revisit, even though we have already been in that cave, we were not able to get the items, as we didn't have the buster. This was muscle memory here from the early end. Yeah, this is the weapon we got from of Nunu, the boss we fought here in this cave. So now we can re-enter and grab the items. Sadly, there's no other way, no clipping, no out of bounds in this game, nothing. Like, this game is pretty much glitch-free, except for the, well, can we call it a glitch? I'm not sure, the Mercury cancels.
Probably more like a skip or something.
Yes.
I mean, it's like not that thoroughly programmed as in that you have that window where you still have control to take the bottle that can like port you out. So he picked up the item we need for Hundo, the scroll or what it was. I didn't even see it. It was that fast. And then we teleport out and we go into the Colosseum again, the first stage, because we have to also re-enter to... who are we fighting here? Oh no, we're only picking something up, right?
Yes. We have to do two re-resets. One lower re-reset, that was the one we just did, and this is the upper re-reset basically. That's the beginning, the first stage in the game, to remember.
Yeah. We have... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is I just want to say this is a place where we fight Hippogriff. And well, now we are not going to Arma's place, but there's also a health upgrade. Maybe some of you people saw there were also those cracks in the wall, or I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, the blocks that only can be blown away by Buster.
Right.
But I thought since we've been here already, maybe squeeze in a quick donation.
Sure. We have $10 here from JCube, who says, "These Demon Crest puns in the chat need to stop. Y'all are making me demon stressed."
Awesome.
And if I've got enough time for one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we've got $30 from Sag and Rufus, and they say, "Hey, Z4T0X, super excited to see Demon's Crest back at GDQ. I will donate another $10 for each Mercury cancel you get, and another 10 if you can get swag turn on Final Phalanx. Good luck on the run."
Swag turn on
Alright.
Final Phalanx, dude.
I'm sorry for no extra donation so far. After failing the Americans, I'll try. There's one more coming up here on Crawler, which is the worst boss in the game, at least RNG-wise. But hopefully, if we have to fight this guy again, that wouldn't be nice. I'll try my best.
No problem. I heard the crawler one is basically free, so you'll be getting that. And I like those dash jumps there, where you just like dash and shoot while you're jumping. You know, it makes quick work of the enemies there. It's pretty cool strat there. I don't know how you can actually do that with normal controller grip. I always have to do the piano grip to actually execute those. But yeah, I'm picking up another health upgrade, and then we're gonna quickly into the crawler fight, which we'll do again with the legendary gargoyle, because the legendary gargoyle also does like the double damage, but with his normal shots. So bless RNG for good
The
crawler
Mercury
RNG,
cancel, you mean?
and the cancel, of course. Let's see how this one goes.
I want to show off at least one. It's not going very well.
Yeah, he just needs to open his eye. He's basically
He's
harmless. but-
moonwalking.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay, he's opening. Sometimes you can get free shots in, sometimes two only. Okay, one more.
Or three, so at least one more.
But he's really harmless. He's looking cute and harmless, and that's the way he is. All right, let's go.
I'm not in the correct position, but let's see. Okay, we got, at least one.
First try.
This is actually the toughest of all. So, at least from my taste, since it's so far in game, when you have a good run going on, the pressure's more on. But I'm happy I was able to show off at least one.
Yeah, and like the hitbox from this crest is like a little wider, I always felt. So like, you know, calculating like the distance you have to keep with your demon towards the crest is like, you know, it's a little weird. Well, I also agree that this one is the toughest one, so you got that. Easy peasy. Also easy swimming, like the controls for the water gargoyle. It's really weird. It's really wonky, I want to say. Oh, good RNG here from that guy. And so lucky we have the hand, which lets us doing 2 shots, 2 projectiles or whatever it's called. And he's gonna like pre-shoot some of them. They're a pretty cool way to make easy work of those guys that can like they charge towards you once you get closer to them, and they're quite annoying. You can see the game again lagging like hell. It looks cool and swag, but you know, gotta sacrifice some of that performance. All right, look pretty good.
Yeah, this is by far the hardest execution part in the game. At least for me, I don't know. The water physics, like you have to keep pressing forward and like a lot of buttons at once in a very strange way. Now, another instance of worst RNG in this game. This is like the crawler and Voluturian is this guy's name. Combo is like the worst of video game history in terms of RNG.
Yeah.
Because now, for example, I'm having real bad luck. Usually
Carousel.
I will go for super safety since I'm getting really unfortunate luck here.
Yeah, getting beaten up by this guy.
But now that's it, okay.
Alright, nice.
Like the thing is, if you're really lucky, you will be always on the left on the ground and he will like swoop you left and right only. But if you're unlucky, he can keep you on the top of his body, and there's even if you switch to the title gargoyle, like the water gargoyle, you can't go below. He's just strong.
Yeah, it's like that RNG combo of bosses killed a bunch of runs. Safe to say. And now we're also like already entering somewhat the later part of the run, where we have mostly all of the demon's crests already, and also most of the demon forms. You can see in the quick menu Z4T0X is doing, we have like a pretty filled menu already. And some precise jumping there with that water stage.
Taz actually does this stage a lot earlier, but RTA, this is not faster to do, sadly. We've been messing around with that route a lot, but the Taz is just too good player.
Yeah, but seeing how you screwed this up in your practice runs, this went pretty well. Good job. Yeah, but now we're gonna take the water gargoyle again, just because we also have to enter that door, and it's completely underwater. And just for underwater sections, the water gargoyle is the fastest if you need to go from the left to the right. Although his movement is really, really, really tricky. And we have the toughest boss, Skula. Actually made you quite some problems in world record, I guess. But yeah.
Wait, am I missing out on? I think I'm missing out on a bottle. Wait, I'm sometimes a little bit confused. Did I miss out on I did miss out on a bottle. This is now a little bit bad. Wait.
Sorry, I didn't pay attention to that.
This is no really bad. Wait, let me. This is. Oh yes. This was I know.
The underwater thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, this was because I failed the Mercury cancel here.
Yeah.
But in muscle memory, you don't have to do this kind of revisit I'm doing here. But lucky I was able to find it very quickly.
I actually somewhat noticed that earlier, but I thought that you did it like the first time when we got through there. But yeah, gladly that you took care of your inventory.
Yeah. Because usually you get this after like I was a little bit messed up here in my setup, but this is okay.
You know, it's a marathon. You have to play the game, commentate in your second language. You know, there's, I don't know how many people watching, you know, you have every right to do some mistakes, it's no problem.
But hey, at least I found out before entering this dungeon here, because otherwise this would have been, suddenly no Phalanx 3.
Another 99% record. Shoutouts to the 96 Magirock record. small inside puns here, sorry. Yeah, and now the last refight of Hippogriff.
This is actually the same one as Hippogriff 2. Oh. Except for having more health, I believe. Couldn't quite get it, but it's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Alrighty, so the next stage is the tower. So we have to like just get up the big tower and then pick up some stuff and then go down that tower again. So I guess we can squeeze in a couple of donations, right?
Sure.
All right. We've got $10 here from Makuro, who says, I bet Firebrand can't wait for the run to end so he can finally enjoy some well-deserved Demon's Rest.
Good job.
And Roguelink also sends in $20 and says, hello from the Demon's Crest / Gargoyles Quest speedrunning community. Always glad to see Firebrand on the main stage. Good luck on the run, Z4T0X.
Thank you.
Maybe one more?
All right. JD147 also sends in $20 and says, love that Demon's Crest is on the schedule. Really looking forward to it. I think that was sent a little bit earlier than the run, but it's appreciated nonetheless. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your donations. And that was pretty good movement by Z4T0X right there. That's a pretty tough with like the gargoyle that spits that stuff against those spikes so you can actually grab them. And
Yeah, this is really, because the wind pushes you to the spikes, and it is a little bit tricky, but worked out pretty well. Let's hope for at least a quick kill on Phalanx 3. That would be,
we'll
would
get
be
there.
something special.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we also picked up the last power up, which is really, really important, especially on the final Phalanx fight, which also doubles our damage once again, yet again. I don't know what is it called.
At the Fang.
The Fang. Okay, that's like the jewelry you put around your neck, the necklace-ishy thingy, whatever.
Yes.
And yeah, that doubles our damage again. Unfortunately, we only find it that late, but you know, gotta roll with it. And
I mean,
yeah.
you can't get it earlier.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. You only get here once you finished all
Complete
before.
this.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, right.
So you can see skulls, fire, spikes. Okay, we're in for the big one. So this is Phalanx 1. We can make quick work of him with the legendary gargoyle. I have to use the air gargoyle first to get on his height, but then easy peasy.
Oh, his knee.
Oh yeah.
His knee hurts really. That's his weak point. You always need to shoot his knees. Same for phase 2. It will deal additional damage, at least in my head.
You know, everyone going for headshots, we're going for the knees. All right, this time we don't need the AR gargoyle to get on his height, so you can use the water for that. 1, 2, oh, 2, okay. I guess he takes 16 hits, and we try to damage boost through him, and then hopefully regrab at the right time so we can stay on his height, because the legendary gargoyle, as legendary as he might be, he can't fly upwards, so, you know, yeah, it's like always a bummer, you know, he's legendary, but he can't fly upwards. Okay, nice, good job, that was a good phase 2. All right, so maybe talk about phase 3 a little bit.
Well,
yeah, you go ahead.
well, this is probably the hardest fight in the game. Like, there's a very hard quick kill. I'm gonna go for it. I mean, you don't lose anything if you go for it, unless a little bit of health. It's a very precise trick with no RNG, but let's see. This is a big run killer in general, this boss fight. People who played it casually knows how difficult this boss can be.
Fingers crossed for that quick kill. I'm also gonna shush for a second because this is very, very important.
jump. He didn't jump, sadly. Well, okay. Standard fight. Maybe we can squeeze in some double hits at least.
And you can see there's just things coming at you from left, from the right, from the top. Like this fight is really, oh god. It's the worst. And yeah, with a pretty cool strat here, which is Z4T0X always trying to do. You can try to squeeze in some double hits. Yo, that was one, for example, that was very nice from Z4T0X. And you can only do that actually if you stay on his height. Like, you have to stay on the height of his head, so he actually opens up that you can enter some of the shots. And just a quick word on the quick kill. What that would have been is to like damage boost inside his sort of cage, which he created.
You can also already get ready for time. Like, he doesn't need a whole lot of hits anymore. Like 2, I think.
Around 2.
And time. Okay. Woo. Ooh, this is
Tough run.
That's why they estimate.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm still happy. I mean, this didn't go close to what I wanted to have it, but this is still a good run. No deaths at least.
No deaths.
Except for the intentional one. And I hope people still liked it, and hopefully I got some new runners going here for this game. It's a very challenging game, but still it's very rewarding. Like, you will love it when you play it a little bit. And you're not really forced to do any of those mercury cancels at first, nor you are forced to do this quick kill or anything. Like, there's also like many safeties, many safe routes which don't cost a lot of time, like 5 seconds here, 10 seconds there. That's not a lot. So this is good starter game for starters, and I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for the commentary.
Yeah, sure. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. It was a great run. And considering how much time you lost from those mercury cancels that failed, it was still a great pace, Showed up, all the small stuff, all the optimized movement we saw here. That was a great run, man.
Yeah, like if we calculate the time loss, like basically the flyer one costs like a little over 2 minutes, I think. And the Belf mercury cancel fail took also like around about 2 minutes. And yeah. The revisit maybe also another 1.5 minutes. So, considering this all didn't happen, a great run. But yeah, that's it from my side. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and enjoyed the next run also by Tinu, right?
Yes, Tinu.
Fellow girl from Germany.
All right, fantastic run by Z4T0X there. Huge round of applause from me. I know it's those SNES games tend to be a little bit more difficult. So we do have a few more donations regarding some Demon's Crest. In fact, here we've got $10 from Cure Light Wounds, and they say, "Don't be demons stressed. Just do your demon's best." Thank you, Cure Light Wounds. Sub Silver sends in $20 and says, "Donating because Demon's Crest was one of the hardest games I ever tried to finish, and much thanks to Z4T0X for playing, commentating, and more." And thank you, Sub Silver, for the donation. Everything is going towards MSF, by the way, Doctors Without Borders, and every little donation counts. Mark Doesn't Tweet sends in $50, and they say, "Enjoying this Demon's Crest run. I finally tried it a few months ago, and well, you're doing a lot better than I did. Keep up the good work." Heading back to poems for just a sec, Risa donates $20 and asks, "If you write a poem, but it goes unread, then does it make a sound?" Very, very hard-hitting questions here at GDQ. Quan165 sends in $10 and says, first game I ever played. Really beautiful run. In fact, I agree with that. 100%. Well done, Z4T0X, on that Demon's Crest run. All right. And we now have an interview with Spike, Starwin, and The Blacktastic. So take it away, guys.
And welcome everyone back to Summer Games Done Quick 2020. Hope you enjoyed that awesome run of Demon's Crest we just got to showcase. That last boss looked insane. And now we are transitioning into the, what I'm gonna call the Castlevania and Friends block. Because it's technically only 1/3 Castlevania, but a lot of Castlevania inspiration. I am joined by two amazing runners and very positive people. We were having a good conversation building up this interview. I have got Starwin and Blacktastic, otherwise known as Bobby, in here. How are you gentlemen doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Doing pretty all right, Spike. Thank you guys so much for having us on here.
Indeed.
Yeah, always joy to have both of you on stage running some awesome, like I said, Castlevania, the End Friends part of this block. Starwin will be running Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, followed by Bobby running Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. For my first question here, there was obviously a ton of hype for these games building up to their eventual release. Would either of you describe yourselves as big Castlevania fans, or is this your introduction to the IP or genre?
I'd say I consider myself a pretty big Castlevania fan. One of my favorite video games of all time, definitely my top 3, is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Ooh, nice.
1997 classic. It's also actually one of the first speed runs that I picked up about 5 years ago when I first came into the speedrunning community. So like Metroidvanias and like that pretty much like shaped the kind of like roster of speed runs that I dabble in now.
For me, like Bobby said, Symphony of the Night, man, like that's where I started like getting into Castlevania games. You know, I was born in '89, so I never really did play the original 3 Castlevania games, or even Super Castlevania 4 for that matter.
But you were the perfect age for Symphony of the Night.
I was the perfect age for Symphony of the Night for sure. And that, and then Castlevania HD, where it was like an online multiplayer game, I played that a lot, and from there I branched off and played all the other Castlevanias.
Both of these runs have tons of categories, and anybody go to speedrun.com, I do mean tons of categories. Both of these runs have tons of categories, which is great for speedrunning. What is it that draws both of you to the categories of low percent for you, Starwin, and Zangetsu, any percent no major glitches for you, Bobby? Both of you respectively. Starwin, we'll start with you.
You know, I speedrun a lot of games, and I've never really had a run that was challenging, I guess, to myself. And originally when Curse of the Moon came out, I was just having a lot of fun just playing with Zangetsu. So I think once the speedrun.com leaderboard got posted and I saw there was a low percent category, I was like, oh man, that's what I'm going to do. As much as the other categories have so many cool tricks and stuff, low percent just has a huge special place in my heart for sure.
A man who likes his challenge. Bobby, what about you?
For Zangetsu, no major glitches. So for Zangetsu, like I've always wanted to play like an extra character in a speedrun fashion for like a modern Castlevania. Like Soten has Richter, you know, other handheld Vanias have like Julius and, you know, Maxim and all that. All of them are like really, really powerful, really, really, you know, fast with their movement. No major glitches, kind of like shows off like a lot of their abilities. There is like a really, really like short any percent category where you can just like kind of like zip and glitch to the end of the game. I'm not really like, you know, one of those people that
you want to play the game. I get it.
Yeah, just a little bit. So like, yeah, I mean, I think like in the run that you'll be seeing, especially with Ritual of the Night, there's going to be a lot to see. There's going to be a lot to be excited about for Zangetsu.
All right, for both of you, these games obviously draw heavy inspiration, even can be called love letters to the Castlevania series, particularly from my standpoint, Castlevania 3 and Symphony of the Night, respectively. Each of you tell me one thing these games have done better than the games they draw inspiration from. Starwin, we'll start with you.
Switching characters.
Yes. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
The fact, like, I'm pretty sure in Castlevania 3 you can only have one partner, if I'm mistaken.
That's correct.
And in Curse of the Moon you could have everybody and switch to any of them on the fly, which is a big thing in the other categories for those for the runs. Won't see it in low percent, but definitely I would say that for sure.
I think so. One thing that Roten might do better than Soten, and this might be a little bit of a hot take, so bear
Ooh,
with
I
me.
love it. Loving the hot
Let's go.
takes on our interviews.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
But I think it looks better.
Oh.
I think it looks better than Symphony of the Night, and I think that like even though like we love the retro look, we love pixels, we love like how artists can like layer them to make really pretty effects, but you kind of have to give props up to the recent like graphics development tools and that like allow like dreams like Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night to come to life. Like there's a lot of hours that could be spent hand drawing everything just to make things look good. But it's really nice, like just seeing like locales, like the castle, like the like the graveyard and the ships, and just seeing that 2.5D pop out at you. Like I don't think there's like a more grand experience, especially when experiencing Ritual of the Night for the first time.
You call it a hot take, but in reality, Ritual of the Night's an absolutely gorgeous game from what I've seen of it. Definitely looking forward to the run afterwards. One more quick question before I let you both go and actually get prepared for your run. I'll get out of your hair. Doing research for both of you, you are for sure some fun-loving dudes. You've run tons of games, both of you. Bobby, I know you love to promote your community and its positivity. What can we expect from both of you on stream post-SGDQ?
Well, I think for those that have actually like watched me before on my streams, when it comes to like performing to GDQ and also post GDQ, not really much is going to change. You're going to be seeing a lot of speed runs, a lot of retro and indie games that are displayed, hopefully in a glorious fashion, and we get to have a lot of fun while we do it. I really like meeting new people and new folks that are just enthusiasts about video games and just having a good positive time, and we need that in this climate nowadays. So you're going to be seeing video games and fun.
I can vouch for Bobby. He's a fun-loving guy, that's for sure. For me, I've actually been on hiatus for about a couple of months from streaming, but I am going to be jumping back in hardcore next week after GDQ is over. Pretty much rebranding myself. I particularly play horror games, and I plan on jumping on as many spooky / horror adjacent games as I can. Nice. That is going to be my 100% priority. And I also have a new mascot for my stream. Hopefully that'll get unveiled sooner
all
than
right,
later.
all right, we're dropping hot takes on the right. We're dropping the promotion on the left. Loving it, boys. Looking forward to both of your streams in the future.